is Chris, and welcome, finally, to the play-by-play version here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for today's UAW-DaimlerChrysler 400 here in Sin City. This track has played host to probably one of the greatest racing here in these Gen 4 cars, and today, looking to be another strong event today, as 43 drivers will contest for the win here today, here at Las Vegas. And before jumping into today's race, we'll show you the point standings coming out of Rockingham. And before today's race, Ryan Newman has maintained the point lead over the first two races of the season. Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick seem to be his only two contenders. Jeff Green there in 7th. He's been pretty fast the first two races, and Rockingham winner Zachary moved his way up to 14th coming into today's race. But enough talk. Let's get to the starting lineup for today's race. So to kick off this starting lineup, in row number 1, we have Matt Kenseth, who wins the pole for the second straight race in a row. And to his outside is Jeff Gore in the DuPont Chevy. Row number 2 is the current Winston Cup Series point leader Ryan Newman, and to his outside Kevin Harvick. Row 3, Dale Earnhardt Jr. with an amazing qualifying performance, and Dale Jarrett to his outside. Row 4 is Ricky Rudd and Kurt Busch. Row 5, rookie Jamie McMurray and Tony Stewart. Row 6, Jeff Green and Elliott Sadler. Row 7, the first appearance of Tony Raines in the 74, and Sterling Marlin to his outside. Unfortunately, Tony Raines' car did not load in, so a little bit unfortunate. But hopefully for the next few races, it will. In row 8, we find the Roush teammates of Greg Biffle and Jeff Burton. Row 9, the Hendrick teammates of Jimmy Johnson and Terry Labonte. Row 10 is Bobby Labonte and Dave Blaney. Row 11, Bill Elliott and Ward Burton. Row 12, Todd Bodine and Mark Martin. Row 13, Jerry Nadeau and Spencer. Row 14, Steve Park and Johnny Benson. Row 15, Rockingham winner Zachary Smithley, and to his outside, John Andretti, whose car also didn't load in. Row 16, Robbie Gorn and Kyle Petty. Row 17, Casey Atwood and Joe Nemechek. Row 18, Ricky Craven and Kenny Wallace. Row 19, Michael Waltrip and Jack Sprague. Row 20, Jerry Mayfield and Rusty Wallace. Row 21, Casey Mears, Ken Schrader. Around at the field, row 22 is Mike Skinner. And then there were 4 cars who attempted to make this race, those being Larry Foyt, Derek Cope, Christian Fittipaldi, and Mike Wallace, that unfortunately did not qualify for this event. Now it is time to send it upstairs to DW to lead us to green.
I'm coming to the line, Larry. I got them pulled tight. I'm waiting for that flag. There it is. Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Turn 4 and on to the front stretch. Matt Kenseth from the pole will lead lap number 1 here at Vegas. See all these cars jockeying for position here, and Dale Jarrett up on the outside. He almost got, it looks like he caught the wall a little bit, as did Jeff Green. He almost came down into the 38 of Elliott Sadler, Jarrett's teammate. They seem to be all good for now. You see Tony Raines, the 74, to the inside of Dale Jarrett. As he tries the outside again, he's going to bring Johnson and Sadler up there with him, but they're going to lose even more time. It seems like the drivers, they kind of slip to the outside, and it kind of slows them down a little bit. They are now 3 wide between Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, and Sterling Marlin. And behind them is Johnson and Jeff Green and Bill Elliott, but Jarrett looked like he caught the wall there a little bit. That's going to force him back more, and it's going to force Johnson back as well, along with Elliott Sadler and even Greg Biffle in the 16. You see that one car down there on the inside. All the way on the bottom is the Napa Chevy for JG24 Racing. Zachary Smithley, as he makes a move on Mark Martin. He's going to go for it on Dale Jarrett. He's going to keep her pinned to the bottom as he's going to go after Nadeau. We'll be side by side with Nadeau down the straightaway as they head into 1. Nadeau is all the way up on the outside, and he checks up a lot, but that'll allow Zachary to get around him with no problem. As a little bit up ahead, you see Jeff Green in the 30. He's going to try to go at it on Sterling Marlin. Zachary's going for it on Bill Elliott. He had to pass Bill Elliott to win Rockingham last time out. McMurray all the way up on the outside. These drivers really don't like the outside. They are going backwards super, super fast. And they may, I don't know if it's the wake of the car ahead or them getting in the corner a little too hot that forces them to check up, but A lot of these drivers, they're going backwards fast, and Terry Labonte is going to be the next victim to go to that outside and check up a lot. He'll push McMurray back a little bit, but not by much. Steve Park is having a pretty decent run. He needs some good runs, and as we say that, he goes all the way to the outside and just checks up a lot. As now Zachary's going to be on the inside of Jeff Green. Jeff Green and Zachary over the course of the first 2 races. It didn't start well for Zach. It started amazing for Jeff Green, getting a top 10 at Daytona. Followed that up with yet another top 10 at Rockingham. Meanwhile, Zachary went on to finish 30th. Steve Park back there is actually in the wall. Hold on a minute. Just on that for a split second, Steve Park got in the wall. Looks like he kept on going. Jeff Green's going to go for it on Marlin. Marlin, it looks like he just drove it into the corner a little too hot, and he's going to lose not only position to Jeff Green, but also to Zachary. And going back to Jeff Green and Zachary, Jeff Green has started his season off with 2 top 10s, back-to-back top 10s. Zachary's season did not start off well at Daytona with a 30th, but his stellar performance back at Rockingham with the dub. He's a rookie that everybody's got to watch out for. But also his competition, his other Rookie of the Year competitors, like Jamie McMurray back there in the 42, kind of slipping away. And Zachary's kind of got their number, and he's been putting on better performances than they have. And Jeff Green's been really showing up here recently, pretty much ever since the start of the season, as both cars just sit outside the top 10. We go a little bit further ahead to Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, and Tony Stewart. We got that battle going on for 6th. Tony's in 6th, Kurt's in 7th, Gordon in 8th. Kurt's going to go to the inside of Tony for 6th. That'll push Tony back to 7th. Steve Park on the apron slow. Something must have happened. He may have gotten the wall a little too hard. Maybe it bent the right front tire a little bit. He's going to come to pit lane. Tony's going to take 6 back from Kurt. Zachary ended up passing Jeff Green for what looks to be 10th or 11th. As Jeff Gordon is in 8th, there's Labonte in 9th. Zachary is in 10th. Jeff Green just behind Zachary in 11th. See Labonte going to the inside. He looked like he was going to try to make a move on Jeff Gordon. It didn't look like he was going to. He didn't look like he got a little bit closer. He needed to get a little bit closer to Gordon in order to make the move, and he just wasn't quite close enough. That's going to allow Zach to the outside of Labonte. Will Zach suffer the same fate as the rest of these drivers did when they were going up on the outside in the opening laps? It does not look like it. He goes all the way to the outside almost, and he keeps it on the outside of Labonte. Can he get him on the back straightaway? It doesn't look like it. Labonte's still there. He's still hanging on. But as they head into 3, Zach maintains it up on the outside. He's looking to get a run on the outside. He's edging ahead. Can he clear him? He clears Labonte for 9th. What a fantastic move by Zachary, the rookie, in the 80. Now can Jeff Green follow him through for 10th? Labonte slips up the track a little bit. Jeff Green's going to take advantage of it. Oh, he had to check up a little bit to avoid hitting the left rear quarter panel of Labonte. But it seems like Jeff Green is laid off the 18 a little bit. He's going to back off and try again at some point. But he's got to hurry because that 30 is... He's on pace with the 80 of Zachary. Jeff Green and Zachary have been kind of glued to each other, and they both have the exact same amount of pace as one another. So Green's got to pay attention to that. Meanwhile, Zachary's going to try to go after his team boss, Jeff Gordon. You got Kurt in front of him, Tony in front of Kurt, Junior in 5th, Rudd 6th, and then there's Harvick in 3rd, Newman in 2nd, and the race leader, Matt Kenseth, maintaining the lead ever since lap number 1. And Kenseth looking to have a bounce back after what happened back at Rockingham. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking to have a better result today after Daytona and Rockingham not ending too well for him. As we go on ahead and look back at Labonte and Jeff Green entering 1. Jeff Green gets an amazing run to the inside. He's going to grab that spot away from Bobby Labonte, and he is going to take 10th spot. Jeff Green is back inside the top 10 in the AOL Chevy. Richard Childress, 3 cars. Only 2 of them have been really, really good, and 2 of them are inside the top 10. The other one, Robbie Gordon, unfortunately, he's not really been showing up as of late, which kind of sucks for RCR, because RCR really does want all 3 of his cars performing well. But right now, he's got 2 of them inside the top 10. And right now, Jeff Gordon who sits in 8th. He's got his driver, Zachary, behind him. And Jeff Gordon, he was happy that his driver won last time out at Rockingham, but he was very disappointed in how his race ended. As looking back, when it came to Jeff Gordon, what happened to him and what resulted in him going a lap down and having damage on his car. He actually made contact with a couple of drivers, which sent him further back and killed his pace, just like what happened back at the duels and even the Daytona 500. So Gordon has been trying to have somewhat of a comeback after all that happened. But to say he wasn't happy that Zachary won for his team and his car at Rockingham last time out will be an understatement. He was super happy. He may not be so happy right now as Zachary goes to the inside of Gordon to take away that 7th position. Gordon slips back to 8th. And Zachary is on a charge in the Napa Chevy. Gordon's going to have a little bit, is going to fight back a little bit. He's going to look to the inside of his driver. And oh, Junior up ahead. He's going to lose a spot to Tony. Looks like he dove it into the corner a little too much there. So Junior will slip back to 6th. Tony will go up to 5th. Kurt is still 7th. Zachary gets an amazing run out of 2 to catch Kurt. A top 5 is on the cards for Zachary with this pace that he currently has. Jeff Gordon is trying to stay with him. Jeff Green, on the other hand, is trying to get after Gordon and pass him. And it seems like as of right now, Jeff Green is trying to figure out Jeff Gordon's lines and where he's messing up, because wherever these drivers are messing up, Jeff Green capitalizes on it by getting better runs than they can. And that allows Jeff Green to get edged closer as further ahead, as up ahead. Zachary goes to the inside of Kurt Busch to grab 7th. And before they even hit turn 4, Zachary grabs 7th off of Kurt Busch. As now Kurt wasn't able to get a run off the corner to try to come back at Zach, but that kind of releases him into the clutches of Jeff Gordon. He runs the middle, but he does slow up a lot more. And Zachary now sets after Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 6th. Well, there are reports coming in that Zachary is just looking to stay behind Dale Jr., just conserve his tires, as he has raced his way from 29th starting position in row 15 to now running inside the top 10 in 7th. What an amazing run by Zachary in that Napa Chevy. See Jeff Gordon back there in the 24 trying to make a move on Kurt Busch for 8th. He'll complete the pass. He'll get Kurt. Kurt's going to try to hang her up on there on the outside to try to keep up with Jeff. But Jeff Green, he's got a run on Kurt Busch. He's going to drop to the inside. Going into 3, Kurt goes to the outside, and Jeff Green will grab 9th spot off of Kurt Busch. Actually, it is 9th. But Kurt's trying to fight back. He wants that 9th spot more than anything. But Jeff Green, he's going to make his presence known, and he's going to grab 9th as he heads into the corner. And now he sets his sights on 8th place Jeff Gordon in the 24. Terry Labonte, Jeff Gordon's teammates, having a pretty good run in that Kellogg Chevy. Do you see Zachary still following behind Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Up ahead of them is Tony Stewart and Ricky Rudd. And up ahead of them, Ryan Newman ended up getting passed by Kevin Harvick for 2nd. So now a change for 2nd between Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick. But not for the lead. Kenseth has been leading ever since the first lap. He has led the first 20 laps here. We have 47 laps to go here at Kansas with a pit stop in sight. Matt Kenseth last week at Rockingham, he had the race won up until the pit cycle. Matt Kenseth knew when Zachary caught him at Rockingham last time out before the pit stops that he would have to fight Zachary for the lead. And even though he didn't fight him as much, he knew that he could beat him because of all the mistakes that Zachary was making. But Zachary, he had went through the grass, made contact with a lot of drivers, went sideways in some corners, or went sideways in turn 3 after making contact with a lap car, still saved it, still kept going, and Zachary still managed to get around Matt Kenseth and not only grab the lead, but also keep the lead up until pit stops. And even though he lost it, he still ran his way back up through the field past Bill Elliott and won the race as well. grabbing his first career win. And Kenseth, he kept falling back after that. He was a little disappointed of how that all panned out for him. He thought he could have won Rockingham easily, but with everything that happened between Zachary catching him and making his way through lap traffic and Kenseth not being able to navigate lap traffic as good as Zach was able to, that's what ended up costing him the win. As Rudd in the 21 is maintaining his 4th place over Tony Stewart in 5th. Dale Jr. still in 6th with Zachary 7. Zachary is laid off a little bit. He's just kind of staying behind Dale Jr. right now. Jeff Green is now up to 8th. Did you see Harvick has slowly closed that gap on Matt Kenseth in the 17? The top 4 positions right now are the drivers that are 1st through 4th in the championship as we speak. And oh, Harvick, he got a little bit loose. Ryan Newman goes to the outside, trying to make a move on Harvick as they head down the straightaway. But can Newman pull the move up on the outside, or will that be Harvick's position? It'll be Harvick's position for now. But can Newman get a good run off to try to maybe set up a pass down the back straightaway? It looks like he's going to. He's got a good enough run on Harvick. Down the back stretch they go. They head into 3, and Newman grabs 2nd off of Harvick. Harvick drove it into the corner, and a bit further back, Zachary grabs 6 off of Dale Jr. Jr. looks like his car's plowing a lot more than he used to, so Zach just kind of had to take the position away from Dale Jr. And now that releases Jr. into the clutches of Jeff Green for 7th now. Jr. still has that top 10 position. He just wants to finish well in these races. He doesn't care about winning as of right now. He just wants to finish well, and it might happen. It could possibly happen. But he's got to be very, very wary because Jeff Green, he's been following Zach this entire race. He's got to be real careful as Ryan Newman still maintains 2nd over Kevin Harvick, but because of the battle that him and Harvick have had, the gap between 1st and 2nd has opened up a lot more than what originally was. As Matt Kenseth still controls this race in the DeWalt Ford for Roush Racing. Found it was Roush Racing and not Roush Fenway Racing, my fault. But Matt Kenseth, he's kind of pulling away a little bit, but Ryan Newman, he's making sure to keep him there. He's making sure to never have him leave his sights. There's a little bit further back, Jeff Green going for 7th on Jr., and he clears him in 3. Jr. went all the way to the outside the exact same way he got passed by Zach going into 3. And now Jeff Green is 7th. He's going to try to go chase after Zach again. But Jeff Green and Zachary, they're on a different playing field as of right now. They're just marching their way through the field and making passes left and right. And Jeff Green's got some catching up to do to Zachary, but Zachary is slowly catching Rudd and Stewart because Stewart keeps trying to go for the move on Rudd. But he can't quite clear him going into these corners, and that's what's kind of pushing them back towards Zachary because Rudd's expecting Tony to get into the corner a lot more hotter to try to make the pass, but then he ends up not doing it, so then that pushes Rudd up to the outside, and they both slow down a lot more because of it. As currently still is Matt Kenseth out front. And Ryan Newman, he is kind of slowly closing the gap, but Harvick is also trying to peek his way out there to see how far ahead Kenseth is and if he can even make a move on Newman. It is possible that Harvick could pass Newman and could get a run on him and make the move. But it's only a matter of time until these two drivers catch Kenseth because it seems like he's off the pace a little bit. We're on board helmet cam with Matt Kenseth. It is safe to say that Kenseth is plowing because of how much he had to lift in 1 and 2 right there. Kenseth did report a couple laps ago that he is plowing a little bit, and Newman and Harvick getting into that battle helped him out a lot. But he doesn't seem to be the only one that's reporting a plowing. As a matter of fact, Dale Jr. has been reporting plowing ever since really lap 15. It's about 15 laps ago, oddly enough. And that's what kind of hurt Jr. What ended up making him lose 6th and 7th to Zachary and Jeff Green. As he's fallen back to 8th, Gordon is in 9th, and Kurt Busch is in 10th. Then you have the Labonte brothers in 11th and 12th. Zachary has been nursing his car, but he's also reporting that he's kind of plowing in some of these corners as well, getting tight. Kansas still maintaining the lead. Now the main question is the tires kicking in a lot more? Is Kansas running that middle line? He is not hooking the bottom as well as some of these drivers are. The only driver that's been able to hook the bottom relatively well has been the 80 of Zachary. He's just been able to hook it around the inside, around the bottom, all the way through. You see, Harvick, he did hook it a little bit, but he didn't hook it as well. So these drivers are definitely getting tighter at going into these corners a lot more. As now Rudd, Stewart, Zachary, and Jeff Green have caught the 3 cars ahead that have pulled away for a tiny little bit. Now it's only a matter of time until one of these drivers ends up making a pass on one another, but it doesn't seem like they're going to, as it seems like pit stops are on their way. These drivers are mainly concerned about that. They don't want to make passes on one another when they know for a fact that they can pit and they can make or break their race on pit road. As we saw last week at Rockingham, with how Matt Kenseth dominated the race, and it looked to be pit stops would be his saving grace from fighting Zach, but in the end, it just didn't work out as well for him as he thought it would have. And that's what ended up costing him the race last time out. See Tony looking at the inside of Rudd. Does he have enough? He doesn't have enough speed to get around the inside of Rudd. So that'll push him further back. And look at Zach in the 80 going further up the racetrack. He's definitely plowing in the center of the corner. And that is something that these drivers really got to pay attention to. Which car is suffering more than their own? And is their car plowing as much as their own car, or as their competitor's car? Because as of right now, even though it looks like Kenseth might be getting a lot more tighter in these corners, he's still maintaining the gap over Newman. And even though Newman isn't really showing signs of getting closer and closer to the wall and not getting through these corners as well, he is losing a little bit of time to Kenseth. As we're coming up on 30 laps to go, we're at 32 to go right now. Kenseth still maintains this lead over Newman. First and second in points, or rather first, second, third, and fourth in points are right now running 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Kenseth is going to the inside. Is that him coming to pit lane? Looks like he's got his hand out the window. Looks like he's coming into pits. And he is. Matt Kenseth is on pit road, and that'll give Ryan Newman the lead. So Ryan Newman will be out front here in Las Vegas as we look at Matt Kenseth down pit lane. There's a couple more cars coming down pit lane with him. Looks to be Dale Jarrett in the 88s coming on down pit road with him as well. As which of these 4 up ahead are going to decide to come down pit lane this time? It looks like Ricky Rudd is looking to come down pit road. He's got his hand out the window as well. Telling the driver to pass him on the right-hand side. Don't follow him on the bottom. Tony's going to get around him on the outside. And Ricky Rudd will come into the pits as Matt Kenseth finishes his service. He's going to come out as Rudd comes onto pit road as well. So that'll give 3rd to Tony, 4th to Zach, and 5th to Jeff Green. There you see Matt Kenseth coming out of the pits. He'll go a lap down to Ryan Newman, but it won't be for long because Newman, Harvick, Stewart, Zachary, and Jeff Green, the top 5, they got a pit still. The question is, do these drivers want to come in? As we see Jeff Gordon is also coming onto the pit road as well with Ricky Rudd. Doesn't look like any of these 4 drivers, or any of these 5, are coming down to pit road. You see Ken Schrader over there on pit road. Looks to be John Andretti on pit road. Greg Biffle's on pit road. Johnny Benson. There you see Rudd in the 21. Now, when these drivers come down, when they want to come down pit road, they got to make sure that Matt Kenseth is not on their inside if they want to come in. There you see Newman. He's going to the bottom. He's going to come onto pit lane. Harvick looks to be joining them along with Tony Stewart. There's Kenseth on the outside, so they got what they needed, and they are coming in. Ryan Newman, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Jeff Green doesn't come in, so Jeff Green will stay in the lead. And Zachary's also coming in as well. So Jeff Green is out front here at Las Vegas. As we see, Zachary overshoots his pit stall. Zachary overshoots his pistol. He's got the backup. He does get it backed up. He is in his pit stall. He is getting his tires changed. He's getting his car serviced. But that is going to cost him dearly. As all the drivers were able to get into their pit stalls all fine. As we look at Ryan Newman, Jeff Green still doesn't come in. Ryan Newman is coming out of the pits, though. 27 laps to go here at Las Vegas. There you see Harvick coming out of the pits. Ricky Rudd is going to make a run on Jeff Green. He's also going to pass Ryan Newman, which is for net P3 at this point. Matt Kenseth is up there, so once Jeff Green pits, that is net P1 for Matt Kenseth, as Jeff Green is all the way up on the outside. His car is not handling as well as he wants it to, but he is maintaining the lead here. As if you do lead a lap, you do gain 5 bonus points, and he's led about 4 laps so far. He's got those 5 bonus points. Ryan Newman's got those 5 bonus points. Matt Kenseth has those 5 bonus points. Kenseth could lead the most laps, though, and gain an extra 5. And if Jeff Green wants to come down now, he's got to do it now, or he's going to wait a lap to see what Newman does. Because Ryan Newman, he's still in contention for this win. He does close to the back of the 30, but because Jeff Green is off the pace by a little, because of the fact that he's got older tires than Newman, slows Newman down. So Newman's just got to be wary of when Jeff Green's going to pit. But at the same time, he's also got to make sure he's got to get around him, and he does. What a run through 1 and 2 for Ryan Newman. It's almost like Jeff Green let him through just to make it easier on Newman. And for Jeff Green, it doesn't look like he's coming down pit roads quite yet. Oh, is this coming down to pit road? He is coming down pit road. The race leader, Jeff Green, is on pit road. And Matt Kenseth, who is in second position, he's going to be the guy to watch out for. As Matt Kenseth is down the back straightaway, Jeff Green is on pit road, but Kenseth's got Casey Atwood on the 91 ahead of him. And we see Zachary Smithley as well. He had a terrible pit stop. And look at all these cars that Zachary is behind. That is a grand total of 6 cars. And Jeff Burton ahead of Zachary is trying to come down pit road. As down at the bottom of the screen, Matt Kenseth's going to take the lead, and Zachary's going to pass 6 cars in 1 corner. Look at that 80 car go. What a move around those cars of Jerry Mayfield, Johnny Benson, Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, and Jeff Burton. What a move by Zachary as Kenseth resumes his lead here at Las Vegas. Ricky Rudd is still in second. Ryan Newman is still in third. We go a little bit further back here, and there's Zachary in the third, in the 80, ahead of Johnson, and Jeff Green is behind him as well. Zachary a little bit further up ahead. He was looking to make a move on Greg Biffle. He's on the outside of him. Biffle using that apron. But Zachary, he's been able to just use that outside line to his advantage better than the other drivers have been able to. He's going to wheel his way right around the outside of Greg Biffle. And look at the run he's going to carry coming out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, he's to the inside of Dale Jarrett. And he's going to pass Dale Jarrett before they even enter 3. That was one heck of a run by Zachary from turn 2 down into turn 3. He's now behind Bill Elliott in the 9. But further up ahead, there's Kurt Busch, Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And look at all these other cars ahead. Ryan Newman has actually caught Ricky Rudd in the 21. So Ryan Newman could make a pass here and grab second and try to go run down Matt Kenseth. As a matter of fact, Ryan Newman's lap times are actually faster than Matt Kenseth's lap times. As they're coming to 21 laps to go. Ryan Newman, he's got a chance here. He's going to take the opportunity to go to the inside. He does go to the bottom, and Rudd goes to the middle. Oh, he kind of slid up behind Rudd a little bit. He can't get Rudd off of turn 2. But he's going to try to carry that momentum down the back straightaway as much as he can here. He's not going to be able to clear him going into 3, so Ricky Rudd will hold second over Ryan Newman. But it won't be for long, as it seems like Newman's got a fast enough car to try to get him into turn 1. Staying behind him, staying in the draft. Making sure that Rudd goes to the outside, which he does. Newman goes to the bottom, and Newman's going to take second. Now it's on. With 20 laps to go, it is on between Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth, the leader. And he's not even that far ahead. He's about 4 or 5 car lengths ahead of Newman. And Kenseth, he was in lap traffic. He's got cleaner air. But in these cars, clean air don't even matter. It's a matter if you can just get around the racetrack better than your competitors. And Ryan Newman is pulling away from Ricky Rudd and slowly but surely catching Matt Kenseth. He is getting closer to that DeWalt 4. Look at that. That is the closest we have seen Newman get to Matt Kenseth this entire race. And look at all that lap traffic ahead. That begins with Casey Mears in the 41. Kenseth does not want a repeat of Rockingham where he dominates the race. He's led the most laps. He's got the 5 extra bonus points. But just like back at Rockingham, he might just lose. He might lose for the 2nd straight race in a row that he has dominated because of pit stops. Kevin Harvick is back there in 3rd, and you saw Jeff Gordon in 5th. Dale Earnhardt Jr., or not Dale Earnhardt Jr., there's Tony Stewart in 6th. Newman has caught Matt Kenseth. And they're coming to the final 17 laps. He has closed the gap on his closest championship rival so far. 17 to go. When does Ryan Newman make the pass? Or did Kenseth maybe tighten up his car a little too much? He's going to move to the outside. He's gotten loose. Newman's going to go for a command of 2. They're side by side down the back straightaway. And Ryan Newman's going to clear him halfway down the back straightaway. Ryan Newman takes the lead at Las Vegas. Kenseth tries to fight back. It's not going to be enough. Ryan Newman, the current point leader and Daytona 500 champion, is back out front at Las Vegas. Not because of pit stops, but by running Matt Kenseth down. He does go to the middle line, and Kenseth does have a little bit of a look, but Kenseth, he even checked up a little bit as well. His car might be tight. Newman was able to roll the middle far more better than Kenseth was able to. Kenseth's on the bottom, but Newman's going to hold it. And just look at the speed difference between Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth in the center of 3 and 4. He'll maintain the lead with 15 to go. Matt Kenseth still has 15 laps, and a lot can happen in 15 more laps. But it just seems like time is running out for Matt Kenseth, and time is not on his side whatsoever. And there's a possibility that for the 2nd race in a row, Matt Kenseth will dominate the race, but not win it. He led the most laps at Rockingham he won the pole at Rockingham, led the most laps, didn't win the race. Today, wins the pole, leads the most laps, and he is on course to not win for the 2nd race in a row. As you see Casey Atwood there in the 91, didn't have a good race at Rockingham, and Ray Abraham gave him one more shot. And no, he's not running 4th. He's currently a lap down in 42nd. 4th place is Kevin Harvick. 5th is Jeff Gordon. 6th is Tony Stewart. 7th is Zachary Smithley. What a comeback from Zachary after that horrible pit stop that he had and being mired back in traffic. I mean, the 6 cars that he passed in one corner is definitely a move of the race, but there's just a lot of things that you don't expect out of Zachary, and well, that's one of them, and he ended up doing it no matter what. And if you can believe it, Kevin Harvick actually just got around Ricky Rudd for 3rd. But if you actually can believe it, guess who's directly behind Zachary in 8th? That's right, it's Jeff Green. Jeff Green in the AOL Chevy is directly behind Zachary in 8th. Meanwhile, up ahead, Kenseth slowly slipping away from Ryan Newman, and they're coming down towards the end of the race. Newman just has better pace than Kenseth does. As you see further back, Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and Zachary. Zachary's had one hell of a comeback. He's going to drive to the bottom. He's got a really good run on Tony. He's going to keep it on the bottom, but can he clear him? He's not going to be able to get to his left rear corner panel like he wanted to going into the corner. Zachary will set him up and try to get him another time. He's not going to fight. He's not going to push the issue too much. He's very smart about this, and he knows what exactly to do. He doesn't want to try to force the issue and wreck himself and Tony. He learned from Rockingham from making passes that he shouldn't have made, and he ended up making them anyways. And it almost costed him twice. This time, though, he gets a better run coming out of turn 2 to the inside of Tony Stewart for 6th place. And he'll clear him in 3. And look who's close back up to these 3 cars. There he is, Jeff Green in the AOL Chevy. He's coming at it on Tony Stewart for 7th spot, and he's gonna get him like he was standing still. Jeff Green up to 7th. When I say that Jeff Green and Zachary have been glued to each other this whole race, I'm not lying. And speaking of Zachary, he's to the inside of his team boss, Jeff Gordon, for 5th. And he's gonna clear him before they enter 3 down the back straightaway once again. And that is 5th position for Zachary Smithley. What a run for Zach. Jeff Gordon, he may not be happy the fact that Zachary just passed him again, but he's very, very happy that his team is doing about what he would want them to run on a weekly basis. And Zachary, he's got it down to a T. Meanwhile, up ahead, Rookie Rudd still 4th, Harvick still 3rd, Kens is still 2nd, and Ryan Newman, Daytona 500 champion and current Winston Cup Series point leader, is also the leader here at Las Vegas and is on course to win for the 2nd time this season as he comes off turn 4. He's got 8 more laps here at Las Vegas. But he's also catching lap traffic. Speaking of lap traffic, Kevin Harvick has to maneuver his way around Casey Atwood in the 91, who could possibly be out of a ride for next race at Atlanta. And Casey Atwood, he was able to get in off of speed, and that's what ended up knocking out Larry Foyt, who would have made his way into this race, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And Casey Atwood just hasn't shown up for the past couple of races, and this might be it for him. But maybe Abraham will change his mind. Who knows? It just depends. He's got 7 laps to go. Here comes Jeff Green on Jeff Gordon for 6th. And in turn 1, he gets him. Tony follows him through for 7th. Gordon and Stewart are going to be side by side. Gordon gets a nice run off the outside. Zachary looking to the inside of Rookie Rudd to try to grab 4th off of him. Rudd goes all the way to the outside, and Zach just rolls the corner. Also much more better, and he's up to 4th. And Jeff Green, he's there. He could get his first top 5 of the season as they got 6 laps to go. They got 6 more laps to make this happen. RCR could have both of his cars finish inside the top 5 if this goes the way that everyone's thinking that it can go. Jeff Green's had a really good race today. He started this race in 11th, just 1 spot shy of the top 10. But he's fought his way from also a bad pit stop to now a 5th place position past Rookie Rudd in turn 3. Jeff Green up to 5th. Can he catch Zachary is the main question, though. Zachary and him, they've been together all race. And it doesn't look like that's ending anytime soon. Harvick did get around Casey Atwood in the 91, and Zachary's going to make quick work of the 91 car. The 3rd car for Evernham. And it just might not be enough for Casey Atwood to keep a ride for the remainder of the season like he was hoping. We also got to take into consideration that whatever happened at Rockingham, whatever happened here, more than likely wasn't his fault and was the fault of someone else. But with team owners nowadays, they don't look at it like that. You don't perform well, you don't stay with them. No matter how many races they give you and what they may promise you, you don't live up to those promises, you're done. But in the case of Ryan Newman, with him winning the Daytona 500, coming up, that's another thing too. He wins the Daytona 500 coming off a stellar rookie season that got him the Rookie of the Year championship, Rookie of the Year trophy at the end of the 2002 season. Ryan Newman was the best rookie of 2002, starts the season off with a win of the Daytona 500, ran really, really well at Rockingham, got a top 5 there, and here at Las Vegas, he could add his 2nd win of the 2003 season here at Las Vegas. And it's all because his car was far more better than Kenz's coming off of the pit stop cycle. He's got 2 more laps to seal the deal here at Las Vegas. If y'all were betting that Ryan Newman will get his 2nd win of the season here at Las Vegas, well, you're going to win some big money. As Ryan Newman, he gets around Kenny Wallace pretty simply. He's got Jack Sprague up ahead of him in that net zero car. It doesn't look like Newman's going to force the issue on him as he comes out of turn number 4. White flag is out one more time here at Las Vegas. Ryan Newman has continued to show us why he was the 2002 Rookie of the Year, and he's also continued to show us why he is a future Winston Cup Series champion as he heads down the back and into 3 and 4 for the final time. If you put all your chips on black, well, guess what? You just won big, and Ryan Newman's going to win big here at Las Vegas. He gets the job done at Vegas for his 2nd win of 2003. And to add on top of that, he extends his championship lead over Matt Kenseth. What a job well done for Ryan Newman. And he wins big here in Sin City. And you can only imagine where Jeff Green ended up finishing back there in that AOL Chevy. He got 5th. Top 5 performance from him. Kenseth with a 2nd. Harvick in 3rd. And Zachary Smithley, 4th place. Man, oh man. Well, here's the rundown of where the drivers finished in this race. And safe to say that I think we know what our contenders are for the remainder of the season. So, the top 10. Ryan Newman gets his 2nd win of the 2003 season with Matt Kenseth in 2nd, Kevin Harvick in 3rd, Zachary Smithley 4th, Jeff Green in 5th, Tony Stewart 6th, Ricky Russ 7th, Jeff Gordon in 8th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 9th, and Bobby Labonte rounds out the top 10. Dale Jr. and Bobby Labonte get their first top 10 of the season, as I think so with Jeff Gordon as well. Top 10, excuse me. And you had Terry Labonte 11th, Bill Elliott in 12th, Kurt Busch 13th, Jimmy Johnson 14th, Tony Raines in his first race, top 15, Jeff Burns 16th, Dale Jarrett 17th, Greg Biffle in 18th, Sterling Marlin in 19th, and Mark Martin in 20th. Really good run for Tony Raines in the 74 car. First race, top 15. That's a pretty good run. And then Jamie McMurray 21st, Jerry Nadeau 22nd, Johnny Benson at 23rd, Jeremy Mayfield in 24th, Rusty Wallace 25th, Johnny Andretti 26th, Mike Scudder 27th, Kyle Petty 28th, Michael Waltrip at 29th, and then Dave Blaney will finish in 30th. These drivers, some of these drivers, they gotta get their season rolling far more better. You got Jimmy Spencer 31st, Ken Schrader 32nd, Todd Bodine 33rd, Ward Burton 34th, Ricky Craven 35th, Joe Nemechek 36th, Elliott Sadler 37th, Jack Sprague 38th, Kenny Wallace in 39th, and Casey Mears rounds out the grid in 40th. Or not the grid, but he rounds out the top 40 in 40th. And the final 3 positions go to Robbie Gordon in 41st, Casey Atwood in 42nd, and Steve Park for the 2nd race so far this season finishes last in 43rd. That ain't too good for Steve Park. Hopefully he'll have a bit of a bounce back here in the next coming weeks because not looking good. But here's the updated point standings. Ryan Newman is still the point leader coming out of today. Matt Kenseth is still 2nd. Kevin Harvick is still 3rd. Jeff Green is now 4th. Ricky Rudd in 5th. Zachary's up to 6th. Tony Stewart in 7th. Jeff Gordon in 8th. Bill Elliott in 9th. And Dale Jarrett rounds out the top 10. And yeah, a lot of drivers that were able to get some pretty good finishes today, but maybe we'll get some more next time out at the MBNA Bass Pro Shops 500 at Atlanta. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification button down below for some more. Happy Mother's Day to each and every single one of you out there, to every single mother out there. I don't know how many people watch, how many mothers watch this, but or watch my stuff, but happy Mother's Day to you. And if you haven't said happy Mother's Day to your mother, go say it to her. She deserves it. Anywho, thank you guys so much. I'll see you all at Atlanta. Have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.